If the frame guy gives us a green light, what do you think your estimated timeline is for the project?
Under a month.
What?
It'll definitely be easier for us now since we're doing a third car like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the vlog. It is finally happening. I'm heading down to Classic Speed to pick up the Acura NSX. Everyone has been asking. I get multiple comments all the time on different platforms saying, where is the NSX? What is happening to the NSX? And honestly, we've been on hold. Ever since we parked the car in Classic Speed in December, I've been sort of low-keying it because it was a traumatic experience. I don't ever wish anyone to go through a fire on the road, especially with a car that they really love. And because of that, I've sort of like detached for a while and focused on other projects, on things that I can sort of fix on the immediate basis. But finally, I decided to start again and push for moving the NSX down to HQ Engineering in California so that we can get it repaired. And it's been such a long process just to make sure that we dot all our I's and cross all our T's, because we have to be super diligent with the documentation for this car just to make sure that the US knows the car is leaving again and the Philippines knows the car is coming back. And because of that, we have to make sure all our documentation is good for both sides of the ports, being that the California port will receive the car and also the Philippine port will be shipping out the car and receiving it again. So hopefully, fingers crossed on that. This is going to be a long journey and it's not going to be encompassed in just one video. We are going to be shipping the car out and basically waiting on the assessment of David from HQ Engineering. So picture this, right? We're gonna pack the car into the container with some of the parts of the car, and a lot of the parts are missing because obviously it burnt out. And we're gonna be shipping it to David HQ Engineering. They're gonna do an initial assessment and see what are things they need to put together so that they can put the car together. Before anything else, I want to make sure to thank the sponsors for this car build and this video. Namely, first obviously is David from HQ Engineering for taking on such an enormous project. My friends in the US, DTM Auto Body, who's now powered by DDE, Patrick, thank you so much for recommending David. And I'm guessing we're going to send the car down to Patrick to get it painted also. Then our friends down here in Motul Philippines for always helping with the project. Motul Philippines has my back there, also donating funds so that we can continue to recover and rebuild this project. Varta Philippines, the batteries that I use, Varta and Amtrak Philippines, same company. They've always had my back as well. And then Fitment Engineering for sending us a new set of air management for the car. And then we also have Process Air Suspension, who gave away free air struts again just to rebuild my car. We have Second Skin Industries, who has been a long-time partner of mine. I'm not the owner of Second Skin, just in case you guys are wondering, but I've been working with Archie for so long that he's also a good friend and sponsor of mine. And we have both my car shops, Classic Speed Inc. and Carporn Racing. They are definitely in here somewhere and helping with this whole project, even from the cleaning up the car to tearing it down to assessing the car. They've been helping me, and it's not an easy project to do because when we were tearing down the car, it really smelled like, you know, toxic fumes and all these things. So we had to remove all of that so that when we're shipping the car, it's not like we're shipping dangerous goods abroad. Like, we removed all the things that we could here so that the car doesn't smell anymore. Last but not the least, I did get some funding from Titan, but only a small fraction of the entirety of the cost of the car. So I don't know why the Philippines has no liability loss, but this is how it is. And it sucked. Besides the traumatic experience, the amount of time and money wasted to put this project together, it was very devastating, just to say the least. And even if I acted all chill and cool about it and did raise hell, it hurts. It really hurts that the industry is like this. But it is what it is, and we're gonna work our way through it. And hopefully you guys subscribe to this journey, because it's going to be a long one. It's going to be months in the undertaking just to get this car back up to shape and back into its fighting form. And everyone has suggested the name Phoenix. Probably we're gonna go with that name. I am wearing red today also, just by chance. This is how just even gate pass documents. There's very little oil there. I think the oil is coming out now. It's like
water predominantly. We have to prep it for shipping, which means draining all fluids, removing the fuel, and here comes.
Okay guys, here's the update. It is so devastating just to see this again, just to see the burn marks, and I was sitting there when this all happened. Oh, but you can see the chassis looks safe. This rear bulkhead can be replaced, and we're actually toying the idea of converting this into a coupe and removing the Targa top. The engine has water. We're draining all the fluids now just to be safe for shipping. And then we gotta make sure that we have no fuel also. Again, you know, seeing this now, it's been under covers for a few months and I just feel traumatized just looking at it. There's so many triggers seeing it that it could have been worse. But thank God I was safe and we lived to tell the tale. We're gonna be loading it soon and heading down to Subic. Hopefully everything is good. Try to remove all the things that are burnt, the console, but the fire didn't really destroy the front, except a little of that. We're gonna be loading also our parts. We have new mirror wings, new suspension, new air controller. We got stock suspension on, the stock wheels. The brakes are not there also. Draining the fuel also straight from the port. Very innovative. I'm just lost for words. Every time I look at this car, I really am speechless, emotional, nuts. Was there water?
Wala naman mo.
Oh, baka pwede pa. That's a lot of fuel. The hood is coming off so that we can auction it off or display it on the highway. Damn. This is Prasu sending us new shocks, Fitment sending us new management. This is still so much fuel coming out. I just realized that the fuel tank didn't burn when the car was burning. If the fuel tank had burned, this would have been much worse. We would have had fire all the way to here, the rear firewall. But the fact that the fuel tank is still solid, wow. That was luck that the BFP came out to rescue the car and keep it from burning the actual fuel tank. I'm curious when we bring down everything if the fuel tank has any damage from the fire. Oh, lighter. Spilling fuel everywhere. I'm glad we can all laugh about this.
So the fuel tank sits right behind here, the firewall.
Now I know why it's called the firewall.
Firewall prevention.
Right? Before I did, it's like, why is it called a firewall? Now we know why it's a firewall. It's to prevent for the fire from coming in. So this one is a double firewall. There's this wall for the cabin and then that, and then the fuel tank is sandwiched right in between. That's why the fuel tank didn't burn. Because that would have been a much bigger catastrophe, bigger flames. Oh, Jesus. I swear, just standing here, my heart rate is in the 90s. It's like 93. And I naturally have a low heart rate. My resting heart rate is somewhere in the 60s, and just being beside the car, my heart rate is zooming. 91.
Yeah, it's out.
No joke. This is torture. Being in Subic Bay brings back so much memories because when I first started working, it was in a car company, and the car company was basically managing a race team, and I was the head of the race team. We were running 4 Nissan Sentras with the backing of Nissan Philippines, believe it or not, and running here in the Subic racetrack. So now, today, there's no more racetrack here. That's how old that series has been. And the family that used to run the racetrack here were the Ramirezes, who were so good at racing. Like the whole family was racing. The dad, Pocholo Ramirez, who has passed away already, he was like the grandfather for motorsports here in Subic. And then they also had these events where they were doing hill climb. So excited to close this chapter, this side of the chapter here to open a new chapter when it gets to the US. But yeah, being here in Subic brings back so much memories. When I was working for Redline Racing, it was mostly 4 days here and then just like 2 days in Manila. And I would spend a lot of time just learning the racetrack, and that's how I got into motorsports actually. But let's go down now. If you guys need towing, you can contact Bobby. So that's Bobby's number. Salamat, Bobby. Here's our container, and there's the car. It's gonna be a push effort. This is finally the chapter I've been waiting for, to close these stores, send this car to the US for a complete rebuild and restoration. Look at this last image. Hopefully the next time we open this container, the car will be reborn and rise from the ashes, and it'll be called the Phoenix. Hello.
Hi, Angie. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? How's the car? How's all the chaos?
It's good. We're just, I'm just waiting for my frame guy to come. Once he analyzes and tells me what we need, we'll probably bring it in and take it all apart and then just strip it to a bare chassis for him. And he's just gonna do his final assessment, but it looks promising so far, but I just want to make sure.
And you're saying everything's available, like to make it a coupe?
Yeah, well, that's essentially what a Zanardi is. Essentially, a Zanardi is a 91 chassis with like 3.2 parts.
You know what I've been watching recently?
Which?
The JGTC races.
Oh, yeah.
The old school NSX races. And I was like, I want that kit instead.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad kick. So it's interesting you said that, because another guy called me and was asking about that, and they want to do that throwback of the JGTC races, and I said, yeah, really, I grew up liking those. It would be good. It would be good on your cars. Anything is doable at this point. On this car. Our work there's work for us to do, but the real harness is my frame guy.
Is the car in your shop now, or?
Yeah, it's right here. It's actually right next to me. I have it covered up and made some, yeah.
I know. It's like you haven't announced that it's there.
No, I did, because you know what? You're like, you're famous with all the Filipinos here. So it's funny because I had like random post office workers, and they're like, "Oh, is our car here?" And I was like, "What?" And then yeah, from my country, and I was like, "What?" I was like, I looked at him, I was like, sure enough, he's like, "No, Angie," and I was like, "Oh shoot!" I was like, "How did you even find the shop?" He's like, "Oh, I kind of figured it was over here."
Oh man,
Random guy, never met him, and then his friends came, and I was like, "Oh, interesting." So we had to cover it up. It's so interesting when I was like looking through it. If you look at the fire, it didn't even burn the gas tank.
yeah, no,
The gas tank is totally intact.
yes.
Like you would think it would have blown up, but it cut off. All the check valves worked, right?
Yeah,
Like it burned up to
the fuel cell was safe.
the fuel cell is safe. Like I snaked in, I was like, what? Like it just jumped, burned all the interior pieces, the thin metal, and then it worked its way to the dash. And then the front, it's because whoever pried it didn't need to pry it, but the front doesn't even look like it's touched.
Yeah,
Looked at the motor. I mean, it's intact. So once we take that out, I'll tear it down. And I mean, my gut is that it should be all salvageable, actually.
if the frame guy gives us a green light, what do you think your estimated timeline is for the project?
I think if he does it right now, if he green lights it, let's just say he takes it in the next month, he's fast. So once he gets on it, he'll probably be done in like under a month.
What?
Yeah, because he does a lot of like, he's an artist actually. He's really well off, and does a lot of frame and like really high-end cars, but he's a welder and artist, so he makes a lot of money welding like big gaudy doors, so he'll do this, but he's the only one I can trust to work with aluminum, because everyone else says they can do it, but I've seen it work and it's not safe.
And he knows the story of the car.
Well, I mean, he saw it at shop. He's like, ooh, but this is his job. So say he gives me that car, let's just say November. I think, to be fair, judging with all the stuff we have at the shop that we got ahead of this, I would say probably like summer next year, or maybe even a little sooner, we can knock it all out. I think this will be the biggest video, for sure.
People don't know that you are a true NSX shop. Like everything is NSX related.
Yeah, no, and I think that's what helps too, because we work on so many. So we know every nut and bolt, and we have an abundance of part, which is good. So
Yeah.
it's just trying to make everything the most cost effective and safe.
Yeah.
And then storing it is not like we're doing one for roaster shop, yeah. So I'm trying to finish up his car, and that's a full restoration. Like I literally had to take it. It'll definitely be easier for us now since we're doing a third car like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But thank you. Thanks for the time. I'm excited and nervous to hear what the body guy is gonna say.
We'll probably be hopefully the first good shot for you in LA. I know you had some rough experiences here, so I know
Everything's been rough.
yeah. But just blank check it and we'll be fine.
Thanks, David.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. All right. Take care.
All right, cheers. Bye. If you guys didn't know, that was David from HQ Engineering, and he is waiting for the body guy to check the NSX chassis just to give you guys an update of what's happening to the car. Nothing yet. It's sitting because obviously in the US, schedule is so important to get the slot. But now that the car's there, accumulating all the parts for the car, all the freebies that we're gonna get. We got sponsorship from a body kit company. Okay, so it is official. VIS is on board. They're gonna sponsor us a body kit, and I might use the body kit as a base kit and transform it to what we call the JTCC Championship, which is where the NSX raced back in the day. So we might use the kit from VIS and transform it into sort of that looking kit. So I've been saving screenshots of the cars from that era. They look so good. And a fire suppression system. So in case you guys are asking, yes, we're going to work on that. And then as you heard him also saying, he's gonna get the car shaken down by Billy Johnson, who is one of the race drivers that visit the shop to do some work on his car and also help out with the shop. So pretty cool, looking forward to that. I wish I could visit the car in Los Angeles, but at the moment I'd rather just watch from a distance and let it unfold. So that's the update for the NSX. Hope you guys are following us on this journey, and if anything starts happening, I'll keep you posted. But for now, we're gonna end this video so that you guys have something to watch, and then we're gonna start a new one later on. Peace.